So you're a clinic owner and you want to understand, how do I use my time more effectively? Well, one of the best books I ever read in life taught me this. We know that there is a huge wave coming, the wave of AI. And we have two options. Option one is I choose to just get completely wiped out because I'm resistant and I don't want to change and I'm not going to invest in learning about AI in my practice and how to use my time better. Option two is we learn how to surf and we know how to catch the big waves. I'm in the second category of people. I love to know exactly what's happening and to be informed to choose whether I do something about it or not. So in this video, I want to share with you 5 or 6 tools that I personally use in my clinic and in my businesses in order to create more leverage, because one of the biggest returns on investment on your business is how do you use your time. And this was actually from a private client who they wanted to know, hey Stefan, what are some of the tools that you guys use? So in this video, I want to share with you the exact AI toolkit that I use, and we're going to have 5 or 6 tools that I want to share with you what their user cases are and how we use them in my businesses. This last one is really complicated. This one, super useful, and I was very lucky to jump on board with this one probably 2 or 3 years ago. Okay, so the first one is Claude, one of my best friends currently. Claude, I made a change from ChatGPT to Claude probably 4 months ago now at the time of the recording of the video, and it's amazing for research. It's amazing for analysis. So this is where I go deep dive into what's the best treatment protocol for plantar fasciitis based on the current research. It's very evidence-based. Therefore, it's really, really good for clinical presentations. If you want to see how I use some of the presentations, just drop us a comment below and I will send you the presentations that we will do for our patients. It's really, really good for data and KPI analytics. So what does that mean? Well, that means that if I want to understand what the data looks like and what do I do with it, I can just chuck my KPIs into it. Some people even suggest, why don't you just put the API code and link Claude to Zoni or whatever clinic management software you use, and then it can give you suggestions on, okay, based on last week's KPIs, it looks like cancellations were up. Maybe design a script for CAs to make sure that cancellations and DNAs are well handled before the problem occurs. We built a tool inside our community called Practice Pulse, which does something similar, and it's free to use for our members. If you guys want to find out more about it, again, let me know. Super easy tools to use. Staff training and SOPs, standard operating procedures. These might be little documents that we create for certain challenges that we have, and I want to standardize that so I don't have to keep going back to the same problem. So Claude is amazing at creating these standard operating procedures, these policies. These become the police in my clinic. It's not me wanting to do it, it's just how we practice. Claude has a function of artifacts and tools, which is really, really, really good for creating interactive web apps, calculators, trackers, without having to use the developers, without having to pay for developers, and it does it in seconds. I turn these into training protocols, sometimes for the team, sometimes for myself when I have to make business decisions and I have to look at the data. It's really, really, really good stuff. Very, very easy to do as well. I would probably spend a little bit of time like asking Claude how to use it best, which is the biggest cheat code. And content and copywriting, I think it's really, really good for email sequencing, for sales pages, social platform captions, brand messaging, because it knows your voice. And if some people say, look, I struggle to change an AI tool that I've been using for a long time because it knows me so well. Well, what I did to change from this tool, which I haven't forgotten about, ChatGPT, to this tool, I just said to ChatGPT, hey, you know everything about me. I've used it for the last 24 months. Create a detailed, comprehensive document on everything you know about me and what my goals, desires, what my businesses are, so I can teach a new large language model, LLM, how to use it best. So I did that with ChatGPT. It spit out a document. I plugged it into Claude, and voila. Within 2 minutes, Claude knew everything about my history with ChatGPT, which even just the sentence saying out loud sounds weird. But think about this. How is this useful for your clinic, for your practice? How many times have you asked ChatGPT, oh, a team member said this, what should I say? Or please write me an email for Valentine's campaign. Or I'm thinking about writing a blog about sciatica and leg pain. Make it SEO optimized. It knows a lot about you and has history, which means you can plug all the information that ChatGPT has about you and plug it into any new large language model tool that you want to use, Claude being one of them. But tool number 2, I don't want to forget about good old ChatGPT because I still use it. I just use it a lot less. We use it for custom GPTs. So you can build a specialized bot and that can be trained on your intellectual property for clients or for internal use. So for example, for Practice Speak, we have built Writely. And Writely is a newsletter bot which literally within minutes writes you science-based, engaging newsletters that you can email to your patients. It used to take me an hour, once a week, 2 hours, twice a month, to write these, to screen them properly, to spell check them, to like think about the content, research it. Now it does it for you. So if you're not using Writely, and it's a free tool for you guys to use that we've made, do it, use it. And we built it within a bot inside ChatGPT. It's trained on evidence-based research. It even turns your emails into blogs and articles. It can save you hours and hours and hours. So that's a very, very good user case of how I would use a ChatGPT bot. We also have other AI tools. We have the AI GCC bot that teaches you everything about the newest and latest GCC code, how your practice is set up for it or against it, and what changes you can make. We have things like Retention Coach. I don't even know how to spell retention. Retention Coach. These are all free tools for people to use. They didn't take us that long to build. What took long is to build the assets for it, meaning the PDFs, the SOPs, the manuals, the protocols that we've built over time. So you guys just get that. I still use ChatGPT for my graphics and for my image generation. I think it's much better. Claude is just not designed for that stuff. Is Gemini better than ChatGPT? I still don't think so for the stuff I use it, which is I will put an image of me or an image of like a patient, and you want to have a patient of the month, and it regenerates in a very effective way. Gemini doesn't do that because it doesn't like to regenerate images from an existing photo. And sometimes for general productivity. So I might use it for brainstorming sessions, for general purpose tasks across my topics. You can automate it, so it sends you emails and all that stuff. But you will see the more you play with these tools, the more you understand their user cases and what they are getting really good at versus what they used to be good at. And now there's far greater products like the ones we're going to talk about in the rest of the video versus the ones that are already existing. So Claude and ChatGPT, I use them quite a bit, both of them. Claude is definitely overtaking probably 70-20% of my time is now spent on Claude, and it's going to get a hell of a lot worse when we start using it as building agents and things that will be doing stuff for me rather than I'm still relying a lot on me doing that work with Claude. Gamma app, beautiful presentations in seconds. Really, really nice presentations. What you could do is you can ask Claude to create your presentation on, let's say, foot mechanics and plantar fasciitis. It does all the research. It gives you all the right information, all the analysis of the data, puts it into a Google Slides or a Keynote presentation, and then you plug that into Gamma, and Gamma app, I think it's like less than £10 a month, makes the presentations beautiful. So it's really good for patient presentations visually. It's also good for staff presentations if you want the whole team to be like a little bit more visually impressed. And it makes even like landing pages and web pages with microsites. So it looks like I've just built an amazing website, but actually it was just from one document that we gave it, and Gamma app makes it happen. So I found this a while back. I've been using it. You've probably seen it in some YouTube videos that we use. Really, really good stuff. Lovable is my current love, pun unintended. Lovable is this no-code builder. So the stuff that we use with Lovable now are things that used to cost hundreds and thousands of pounds, required 1 or 2 developers and weeks to months in order to be deployed. Now I can have a web application within minutes. Literally from turning this is what I want to the prompt to it building it for you. So you're typing in, I want an app to measure when patients are dropping off based on this data I'm going to provide for you. Or please create me an interactive tool for my clinicians to know how to do a good day one, day two. Here's the documents that I want you to use. Here's the scripting. It builds it like straight away. You can make changes to the color, turn the logo upside down. You are like literally becoming a coder without having to know anything about coding. And trust me, I don't know anything about coding. And the good thing about it is it has a database integration. What does that mean? That means that it would suggest to connect it to some other stuff so that you can store the data. So let's say your clinicians want to have a login detail. It remembers like what did you do last week, depending on the type of application you're building. It's amazing, and it's so easy to use, and it's so simple to use. And the Practice Pulse tool that we built is exactly that. So clinic owners can go in there, they can create their login details for free. That's your account. Then each week, let's say on the Monday, you can type in your data from the previous week, total collections, number of visits, cancellations, how many members you have, how many members left you. You click generate my pulse, and it gives you a health score of your clinic. I should probably show you guys this another time. It gives you a health score so that you can see what are my top 1 or 2 priorities that I have to implement this week if I want to change the score. And then it saves it week by week by week, and then it generates a graph. It's incredible. This thing would have cost me literally £10,000 to build it 2 years ago, and probably a month or 2 of testing. Now we build this in less than a week. We've prompted it in a nice way, and you guys can use that. So you should definitely make the most of it. And this is done with Lovable. This last one, before we talk about number 5, Make, is something that I'm not qualified to talk about because my ops manager does all that for us, but it's an amazing workflow automation. So it can connect Zoni to Google Flow, to Google Gmail, to workflows, to Sheets, to emails, to Slack channels, and all of it above. It's like a matrix. It's like a spider web that connects everything. It's the glue to all the things that you could use. Super, super helpful. It has certain triggers. So if X condition happens, Y action takes place. If A doesn't happen, I want B to happen. Probably very good for building things like nurturing email sequences. We use it for Go High Level as well. So when we help clinics have their welcome email sequence, having their cancellation sequence, reactivation sequence, nurturing sequences, this is what we use. And finally, I'm so glad that I found this. This is called the Rundown AI. It's a website, so I have no affiliation with them, but this helps you stay way ahead of the curve. So it's a daily newsletter and a tools hub. Just go to it now, rundown, or as soon as you finish watching this video, AI.com, I believe it's called. And it has a new tool that you can check out. Be careful not to get overwhelmed. It has practical workflow guides, and it has daily AI news, like what's happening in this. So it basically gives you this like ahead of the curve advantage. And week 1, it might feel overwhelming. Week 2, you might go, oh, this is interesting. Week 3, oh my God, I'm hooked. There's so many things that I can be doing in my business to optimize it, to streamline it, and to make it more effective for the patients and for your team. So guys, hope this video was helpful. Again, for us, it's all about doing this. We want to raise the bar, raise the standard of how chiropractic businesses are built. And there's so much work we do have to do, and there's so much work that you need to do. Why? Because we want happy patients. It's not about me, it's not about you. Making 100K months is just the reflection of the value you provide for the marketplace. It's an exchange of how big of a problem you're solving with how many people and how they find you valuable. So don't feel like making lots of money is a bad thing or is a good thing. It is what it is. It's just a reflection of the value you provide for the marketplace and the pain points you're trying to solve for patients. This is my mission. I want every single clinic in the UK to at some point go through our training program, through the mastermind, to understand that there is a huge level of responsibility we carry as business owners to create incredible experience and solutions for patients because they deserve it. If you want to jump on board, everyone is highly vetted. It's a private network of people. Not everyone gets in. I don't say this to like create scarcity in marketing. Generally speaking, we only want to work with people who want to win. And when they do jump on board, they do win because they've been highly vetted. Click on the link below if you want to find out more. Otherwise, for today's training video. I hope you found it helpful. Give us a like, share some of these videos that you find helpful. Go and watch some more stuff. I've had literally clients that are clients of us now, but said, hey, Stefan, I went from 0 to 30K a month by just consuming your YouTube stuff. And then when they needed to go to the high-end stuff and really wanted to share that with a group of like-minded individuals, then they came to the mastermind. So we can all win. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.